change adaptation, mitigation, these are absolutely the heart of UNDP's work around the world, and of course, here in PNG, at the very heart of our program. And then something that's equally fundamental to UNDP's work around the globe and in PNG is around good governance, including anti-corruption, transparency and accountability. And working with civil society and helping civil society, supporting civil society, being in solidarity with civil society to play its role in contributing to policy in this area and as other areas, in holding government to account in this area as other areas, and in being a key actor. Because who is actually establishing protected areas, who is actually doing environmental protection on the ground, who is actually upholding the international values, human rights and standards? It is civil society, more than anybody else in this country, and they're doing so facing many constraints. Many constraints. And the other thing that we share is a conviction of the power of digital technology to support civil society in this, for many reasons. And this is something that Steve, Hod and I are, and Fabian, and everyone in this room are very well aligned around. So part of it is around the power of digital technology to enable civil society to work together and then to be able to work at scale, because it's very hard. Communities are doing this work. We talk about the massive influxes of climate finance, which everyone expects in PNG, but the reality is that to bring it down to the ground is very hard, and it brings lots of requirements around reporting and administration and so on, which are very onerous for communities on the ground. Digital platforms, as Steve and I have often discussed, digital platforms can help be the intermediary that enables communities to be able to work together and be able to actually bring this work and the results to scale and to meet all the international standards around accountability and transparency without overburdening the scarce resources on the ground. So platforms are, networks and platforms are a key pathway to being able to enable the finance to get where it needs to get on the ground where the work is being done. That's one thing. Another is the important work that a digital platform can do in terms of sharing data and helping civil society come together to raise its voice around policy. It's not easy. The policy space in PNG is quite a difficult space. It's not the countries I've worked in. It's not the country which has the sort of the clearest and best structured environment for policy dialogue. You have to fight your way to get policy issues on the table in this country. Thank heavens we have CIMC mandated to bring all sectors of society together to strengthen policy dialogue. We need the Environmental Alliance to strengthen the voice of civil society. And we will be with you. We will of course bring our voice too, but we need your voice, your authentic voice from the people of PNG by our side as we try to strengthen, as we will, continued policy dialogue with government about these issues, and in transforming PNG from a country where its natural assets are seen as a resource to be used up. We need to make a transformation together to a society where those assets are seen as the natural treasure and the source of its wealth and richness and the generation of its income and prosperity for the future. So that's a big change in thinking that needs to be mapped by, mirrored by a change in policy, and the people of PNG, speaking through civil society, needs to be critically involved in that, and this platform will help that. And thirdly, and equally importantly, digital platforms like this can help hold the government to account. They can help people to be able to report from the ground and to produce data about issues, red flags, that needs to be addressed, and we have plenty of examples around the world where such digital platforms have helped people at the grassroots level to be able to understand, what is meant to happen and what is not meant to happen in their area, and to raise a red flag when things happen that they need the world, the rest of the country, to see and take action. So there are many ways in which the digital platform can help. I am delighted that it's happening, and in addition to the fact, therefore, that this workshop meets joint aims of all of us, I also am delighted because we in UNDP, having long understood the importance of transparency, of data platforms, of digital platforms, we have done some work of our own on this. that I think needs to be strengthened and taken to a next level and made useful and used by civil society. We have established, we've started work and established a natural resource hub, an online hub that particularly started with in Bougainville and did very, very detailed mapping around environment and biodiversity in Bougainville. We've created an app, Look and Gather, which is meant to perform many functions to enable people at the ground to enter data about biodiversity, conservation, environmental issues, and even raise red flags. I think that the work that we've done on that is important, but it needs to be taken further, and there's no better way than to take it further than in design and co-design with the people who will use it and who need it, and that is civil society. And then the Environmental Alliance, you are the perfect partners to work with us on that. So I am also delighted that in this workshop we will have the opportunity also to hear your work with Joshua and remotely maybe Teresa tomorrow afternoon, to hear about the work that we've done so far and discuss how can those platforms be further built upon, further strengthened with the expertise that you're bringing to this, and how can we move together to move that into the future. So this is the beginning of a journey, but a very important beginning. I'm very happy to be with you here this morning. It's a great opportunity also for me to welcome Adil Mansour, our new deputy. Many of you know Ed Burkic, who has been a quite extraordinary friend of PNG and a quite extraordinary actor on all of the areas of the UN's mandate through his work as deputy in UNDP for many years. I'm sure that all of you will be as sorry to see him go as I am and miss him as much as I will, but the good news is we have an absolutely excellent new deputy in Adil, who joins us from Libya, so he's not a stranger to countries with many complex challenges. In fact, he actually chose PNG. He was lobbying me from a long time ago. He saw everything that I posted on LinkedIn from a long time ago. He's like, Nick, I want to come and be the deputy in PNG. I like countries with really important challenges, where really important achievements can be made. I don't want to go to some country where everything is kind of, easy and simple and we sit back. I want a country where we can make a real difference. I see what you're doing in PNG. I want to be part of that. I'm like, Adil, come and join us. And here he is. So welcome, Adil. I know he's going to be a good friend of yours. And of course, Alma, very well known to you already, is the heart of our anti-corruption. She's our anti-corruption advisor. She's the heart of our very, very important, very significant program, anti-corruption. She shares our determination to bring our anti-corruption work to every sector, and the environmental sector, of course, is absolutely key and a key one for that. So we will all be part of your team going forward. Unfortunately, the way of PNG life, we all have to go to another meeting that starts at 10, so I'm afraid that we will not be able to stay with you all of this, but we're extremely interested in the outcomes of this meeting. Really looking forward to wishing you a very successful meeting, really looking forward to hearing the outcomes of it, and then moving forward together after that. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Nicholas Booth, UN Country Representative. There's a lot of important points that Mr. Booth has mentioned about the work that